Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, David. Sorry you can't be with us, but catch up with us tomorrow. And good evening, Andy. Nice to have you with us. And here we go with another Newcastle episode. No, we don't. We don't have a seatbelt on today. Maybe next week I'll start putting the seatbelt on. Buckle up, guys, because this is going to be a bit of a ride tonight. Because looking at the schedule, having had that poor start against West Ham, I did look back at that game and I noticed a couple of things, so I've made a couple of tweaks. We now have to face Arsenal, Manchester City. Tottenham, I thought might be a big game, but they are lounging in currently 19th in the table. So Tottenham, Fulham, Brentford, Hull could be a recovery period because I don't see us getting much out of these games. Good evening, Callum, and welcome. I'm doing well. Hope you are doing well too. So, yeah, I did make a couple of tweaks, and these are the tweaks that I have actually made. The first thing I noticed was that Frimpong wants to run with the ball. So I changed his role to a complete wing back. It means he will come inside as well. He will, in the main, just romp up this wing. He does want to run. He does want to dribble. So I've told him to take more risks, dribble more, and I'm actually also going to make another change. I'm going to tell him to run wide with the ball, and I want him to hug this touchline, basically. But he will come inside as a complete wing back. He will come inside. He makes good decisions. He's 15 decisions, so I'll allow him to make those decisions when not to go. That was the first change that I made, telling him to just dribble more, take more risks, and run with the ball. But I don't want him to be taking too many shots on. And then the next change, in view of the fact that I'm asking him really to sit out in this position, I didn't want him lacking support, so I've made Tonali a Mazzala. And I've just basically asked Tonali to take more risks, tackle harder, and mark tighter. So he's gonna come out wide to support Frimpong, and then Bayomo, by making him a wide centre back, he's not going to go very far, but he's going to stay wider in these areas, and he'll be a support for Frimpong as well. So that's a couple of tweaks, and then. The chances that we made, I don't feel that we're using these forwards in the correct way. And so I've decided that Isak can play as a complete forward. And the reason why I've decided that is I want to give him... Good evening, Stefan. How are you doing? Good evening, Will. How are you doing? Good to see you here. And the reason why I want him to play as a complete forward is because I just want him to do his own thing. He has the ability, looking at this, to play as a complete forward, but most importantly, he has decisions of 15. So when he's able to decide for himself how best he should play. So making him a complete forward. I haven't given him any additional instructions. I have given some additional instructions to Muani to take more risks, dribble more, and to shoot more often. He has got good finishing, good composure. He's got good flair, so he can also take more risks and take a few pops on himself. Why not? And those are the changes that I've made to the tactic. In view of the fact that these are big games, I'm going to play positive in both of them. I think it's important that we start playing not in a defensive way, but that we actually go for it and try to beat these teams. And whatever happens is whatever happens. We have to try and beat them. Arsenal... They obviously have got some very good players, but they are getting on a bit in years. Manchester City is just really, I found with Manchester City, it's just really about marking the correct people. People like Haaland, Foden, and then one of the midfielders, possibly Rodri, does need to be marked. Shoot on sight is probably a good idea, given that I've got these forwards with giving them the freedom to do as they please, really. So shoot on sight's probably a good idea from the assistant. So we'll go with that. The Arsenal are a good team. There's no doubt about it. Odegaard is obviously going to be a threat, so it might be worth tight marking Odegaard and tight marking Saka. Saka playing on the right. We probably have whether he can mark, I don't know. Marking of 13, we're going to ask him to tight mark Saka. Although we are going to get them to close down less. Because I don't want the wingers running at my backs here. So that's pretty much it, really. We need to go and play some football. Guimares, I don't even know how to say his name. Guimares, he let's turn off the sound. He is recovering from injury and only expected to manage 45 minutes. I'm going to try and get 60 out of him. And hopefully we'll do a good job here. Rodri in 2013, he's getting on a bit now, but he's still a good player. He's lacking physical ability. What are you on about? Gimme a striker from Sweden. Do you sing on the bus? Lovely comments. And Swippish, does park the bus work in FM24? Absolutely does work, and it's something that I employ towards the end of games when it's a bit nervy. You have to do it properly, and it absolutely does work. And hello from yes, we do have 2 Newcastle supporters in, I believe. And I'm going to say our home form is important to us, and see what that does for them. It is important. We need to be getting a good result. One of these 2 fixtures coming up needs to be a good result. And I just want to check that I'm in the right highlights as well. No, I'm going to go to comprehensive because these are big games. And we'll go out and play some football here. And let's say a little prayer and let's get on with it. I still don't want them playing out from the back. I know my assistant wants this team to play out from the back. I don't trust Botman and Buyomo in terms of playing out from the back. Guehi I would, but the other 2, not so sure. And maybe what we'll do is when Jesus Abba, if he arrives, is we might switch to play out from the back because he is a very, very good central defender. And we might go to playing out from the back. I don't know. We'll see how things work out. I do know this is going to be difficult. Martinelli, I think, will be a threat. Just how much of a threat, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on Martinelli. But at the moment, even though we are in we should be in comprehensive highlights. I don't know why that didn't change. Nothing seems to be happening on the pitch. It's pretty much a stalemate. I can see that Arsenal are trying to take advantage of Frimpong being a complete wing back up there. But at the moment, things are looking good. We have the ball. And yeah, he is sitting quite high up the pitch. And so Bayomo being quite wide is probably useful. And he is sitting nicely wide. And that's a lovely pass. Go on, son. Inside. Little ball inside. We're in. We're in. Oh. We could have done with that. We could have done with that. We've got to win one of these games, Callum. I think there are problems with the team, and we'll look at those problems after this game. There are full-back, wing-back problems that I'm going to have come the transfer window. Huge problems. But I've put a lot of players up for sale as well, and so might bring in, if we get the right results with these transfers, we could have in excess of 350 million to spend, so I'm confident we can get some wing backs. And there is where they're trying to play down that left hand side and create space using the, oh my goodness me, and Odegaard. We didn't do a very good job with Odegaard there. Who was supposed to be marking Odegaard? That would be Guimarães. Didn't do a very good job, but that's his lack of fitness, I guess. He's not very fit, but he's essential. And we can deal with that all day, Arsenal, as long as we don't make mistakes here. Looking at this Newcastle team, they are a good team. They're just a little bit disorganised. And Inzaghi, who was the manager before, he didn't have them very well set up. And we are looking better now than we did against West Ham. We're certainly going forward a lot better. And I hope that we are going to create some really good chances here. And then playing, if we've changed the role a little bit up front. And already I can see the shape of the team looks a bit better than it did against West Ham. So things are looking quite positive, and we are on the front foot here, which is good news. And that's what I want him to do: get up that wing and cause problems. Keep pushing Arsenal back, which he is doing, and he's doing very well. And we do have a chance here, and almost, but he's been given offside, and that's something I've got to look at. We've had a lot of offsides, including an offside goal against West Ham. And we are getting ourselves offside. I've also upped the tempo. So we're playing at a higher tempo, just really to match our positive way of approaching this game. And I think we are a passing team, and therefore we should be able to zip it around a little bit quicker than we did against West Ham. I was quite negative against West Ham, and we paid the price. So I think we've got to be a little bit more dynamic here. I hope we win too, Callum. But at the moment, it's pretty much a stalemate. There's not really much happening here. He's having a nice game. He's positioning himself in support quite nicely there. He's picking up a lot of the ball, so he's having a nice game. One of the other things that I have decided to do is to play it through the middle in the main. As we are still playing narrow. And he is having quite a good game, that boy, out on the left. Despite the fact that his average rating doesn't look that good, he is playing fairly well. Guehi is not playing very well, and he might not be the answer. He might not be the ball-playing defender that I need. And we are creating chances. And was that a corner that was given? Doesn't look like. And we've been the better team. We haven't had the majority of the possession, but we've been the better team. And we need to keep this up. And that's good news that Odegaard's got himself hurt. Let's hope that it's a broken leg. That's not good. They are a danger, Arsenal. They're a good team. They're in 4th in the league. It's a good question. I've come in very close to the transfer window, and we'll look at what's likely to happen in the squad, because I don't want to preempt saying, oh yeah, I could do with a new striker and spend 150 million on a new striker, when there's actually nothing wrong with these boys. And I've got wing back problems, and looking at who's been scouted, there's not much in terms of scouting being going on for wing backs, and we've got real problems at wing back. And Isak is playing well, not brilliantly, but he is getting himself into space. So the changes that we've made, looking at what's going on though, one shot apiece. It's not really been a scintillating half, but I'll take a point against Arsenal. I'd like a win, but we'll take a point against this Arsenal team, and that's nobody on the end of it though. Go on, Frimpong, show what you can do. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, we're not big enough though. This is the problem. We're not big enough to dominate them in the air. I'm going to say you've been unlucky, because they have been unlucky. You can still improve. Keep going. And you weren't that bad. And they weren't that bad. Their ratings are not that bad. I'm a bit worried about Guehi. He might not be the best one to play. He didn't play very well in this position against West Ham. And so I wonder if there's a better option here. Is Biomo a better option? He is a ball-playing defender. Botman might be a better option. He's more of a defensive mid, but he can also play. I just want to pick the paciest one, I think. Or is it Botman? Probably, I'm going to switch Guehi, but I think he's a left footer. He can play with both feet. So I'm going to put Guehi and switch them over. I'm not sure that he is comfortable playing as the... just have to look at his feet. Yeah, he's a left footer. These boys, I think I need to tell them not to tackle harder, but I do want them to mark tighter. And he needs to ease off the tackles a little bit. So Guimaraes is, as you can see, he's really struggling. I think though, overall, I think it's looking pretty good. Might be getting sacked. Well, there have been times where I've been very close to the sack. It's part of football, and you've just got to try not to lose games at that time. Defend for your life. I think, yeah, I mean, no tactic is going to be the greatest. There's no such thing as a plug-and-play tactic anymore. Yeah, and you've got to battle it out. You've got to be a manager and battle things out. And we've let Saka in there. What a silly mistake. But well defended, well defended. Who is it not playing very well? It's Guehi. He's having a really... yeah, so battle it out. You've got to be managing in-game, and pre-match setup is really important. There's probably going to come a point where my job is not safe in this Newcastle save, because we're not playing very well. We're a good team, but not playing very well. And it worries me a little bit. Our shape is very good. Arsenal are still trying to exploit Frimpong, but there's just been one shot. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set play for set pieces, because we're not creating anything else. So it might be worth looking for a set piece or two. Or, if we can sneak a goal, I would make us favourites to win. I just want those forwards moving around a little bit better, which they seem to have been doing, but we are not creating chances. And Guimaraes is very tired now, so needs to come off. Probably Larson is the man that should come on instead of him. I did also find a couple of good players in the youth setup, some wonder kids. There's this guy Yunus Shashavari, who is a wonder kid and looks the business to me for a 20-year-old, and he can sit on the bench for a little while. And there's one or two others that I managed to find. Good young players. Odegaard is very, very tired. As well, Guimaraes is very, very tired. Nobody's creating chances. Looking at the key passes, there's like only probably 2 or 3 key passes being played throughout the game. It's a very dull, very quiet game. As I said, I'll take a point here because we just have to make sure we don't lose these games. We're taking the game to them, but I don't want to lose it. A point will be a good result in terms of morale. But that's nice. That's good play. Get it into the box. Now that's lovely stuff. Is he still on the pitch, Guimaraes? What a chance. Oh, Frimpong, what a chance. And we are the ones that creating chances. But that was a shocking shot. And again, I'm looking at this 3-0 on target. And that's the West Ham story. We've created a couple of good chances, and now Isak looks like he's tired. Tonoli is tired, so Tonoli needs to come off, and Larson actually might be better as the Mazzala, and we're going to give this young Shazavari, this young wonder kid, a game. And Isak probably does need to come off. Should I give him another couple of minutes? No, I think he needs to come off. Whether he can play as a complete forward, I very much doubt it. But I'm not going to change the system here. We're going to see what happens here. Frimpong I have to watch because he's not playing well and he probably will get tired. But like I say, you know, we'll take this 0-0. Arsenal are a very good team. We've stopped them creating stuff, so defensively we've been absolutely brilliant. And I'm wondering if I should slow things down a little bit. Whether the high tempo is causing us to snap at shots and get ourselves a little bit out of shape. So I am going to slow it down and just maybe help them to control the ball a little bit better, because Arsenal are actually on the ascendancy here. But possession wise we're doing okay. We're just not controlling possession enough, but just one good shot. Oh, and he hit the crossbar. No, it didn't hit the crossbar. It was a good save. Oh, come on, boys. Come on. Basically, Andy, you're right. Play the basics well. And try not to lose is the... No matter what happens, don't lose the game. And it means that you're not trying to win it, basically. A win will be great, but just don't lose. And once you get a couple of draws under your belt, then morale seems to pick up in those difficult times. It becomes... I've faced the sack this year in FM24, and many of you seen me facing the sack a few times. It's just about in-game management. Doig has had a very good game. He's actually the only one who's played really well. He is very tired though, so it might be time to bring Livramento on off the bench. That'll be all my subs then. Saka's been well looked after by him. But Arsenal are definitely on the ascendancy. They're controlling the ball. They're just not being very creative, but neither are we. This doesn't look good. I'm going to go to the opposition screen. We'll ask the assistant. Saka, Gouda, and Odegaard probably doesn't need tight marking. He's a bit tired now. Now, can we mount a counter? No, we can't. It's kind of like being a dull, nothing match. I'm just hoping that we can sneak a goal here. Doig is playing well. So do I want to take him off or Frimpong, who's having a dreadful game? I think probably Frimpong needs to come off. And time to bring on Livramento. Two forwards. No, they haven't played particularly well. The three forwards who've played, we've been probably, I would say, the better team in terms of chances created. But it's been a pretty dire game. But there you go, we'll take a draw. Come on, boys, can we sneak a late winner here? Nobody has had a key pass apart from that left back. He is... the club have decided that he's not part of their plans. I disagree, and I want to take him off the transfer list. I think he is decent. I think he's a decent player. So I don't feel like I want to sell him. He's worth about 60-something million. I'd like to keep him. He's played reasonably well today. The only one who's had a good game. Noticing that Guehi has improved a great deal since he's moved away from that ball-playing defender cover role. So that's possibly telling me something he shouldn't be playing there. But we're creating chances, set pieces. Can we get anything from a set piece? We've got another set piece. It would be nice to sneak a win here, boys. Come on, let's sneak a win. Not for a while, Callum. I haven't been sacked for a long while. I think FM21 was the last time I was sacked. But I do suspect it will happen again. It's part of the game that you get sacked. It doesn't sit very well. It feels rotten. Let's do something with the ball. Well done. Now, let's create some space. We've slowed it down now so that we can control the ball a little better, but we're not creating good chances anymore. But it's all about risk. And we do look tidy on the ball now. And hopefully we'll get a chance and it won't be... He won't snatch at it. But they've not played very well. Muani has been poor. He is a good striker. Very good striker. But for some reason, and FM does this quite a lot, of like your strikers don't play very well. And it's not just one of them. They all don't play very well. But they do come into form eventually. It's just been one of those games. And that's poor again. Who was that? That was that young kid. Obviously showing his inexperience there. Laying the ball straight off to an Arsenal boy. Well, let's move it. Let's move the ball. We're good at passing. That's a lovely pass. Now, any support in there? None. Nobody had got themselves forward enough. Come on, boys. Let's sneak a goal here. We've got this. Come on. Not like that. We're not big enough. Well, we have another set piece. 4 minutes of added time. Come on, injury time goal. Oh. Come on, boys. Little ball into the box. Nicely done. Now, don't shoot from there. Just keep working it. We got another set piece. Wondering if Arsenal are tiring. Anderson's played quite well. Are Arsenal tiring? Are they going to make one crucial mistake here? Come on! Come on, boys! We can do this. Yeah, nicely done by Arsenal, that. Look and learn, boys, how they did that. And then we might think about playing out of defence. Nice tackle. Go on, somebody do something. One moment of pure genius. It's just not going to happen. Come on, boys. We've created, I don't know, 7 or 8 chances in the last 5 minutes. We've been the better team finishing the game. We deserve a goal. Come on. No, not going to be. Oh, boys. A 0-0 draw against Arsenal, though, is creditable. Given that we lost in dire fashion against West Ham, I'd say this is a creditable result. We're not facing the sack yet. I don't know if it's creativity. I just think it's something to do with they just don't believe in themselves at the moment. I think we've created lots of chances. And we just need that little bit more belief in ourselves. And that's it, full-time 0-0. But we'll take that against Arsenal. I'm going to say, yeah, you were unlucky. You were unlucky, but lots of players are not playing very well. And I need Kumalo to come in and put some pressure on these front players. And Sanusi, is he a forward? Yeah, he's that young boy, isn't he? He's not the answer. Diego, Andy, I really don't know what to do at the moment. What I do know is I have to rest these boys. This is early days in the save. Not in the save, but in the job. I'm still trying to work out what's wrong. Takes a few games. Take 5 or 6 games. Do I want to criticize him, or do I want to? We'll go and we'll go and have a word with him, and pick yourself up now. I believe in your ability. It'll all come back to you. These guys, morale has gone up a little bit. Sometimes pays to have a little bit of faith in them. If we have a look at what's going on here in the squad planner, Frimpong we've only got 2 right wing backs, and Livramento is wanted. And I don't want him to go, but he's not playing as much as he should be. So he's probably wanting to go. I've put his value up to 49 million. I really don't want him to go, because if he goes, he's also one of the replacement left backs. Marmol is not good enough. This boy is also wanted. He's listed, but I want to take him off the transfer list because I don't agree with the board. I think he's an important player for us. Hartman is probably the best wing-back that we've got, and he's still going to be out for another 3 weeks. And then Lewis Hall can play as the left wing-back, but he's also wanted by a lot of teams. And I think he wants to go. If we look at the dynamics, Livramento wants to go. He wants to start more games. Muani wants a new deal. I'm not prepared to offer him a new deal until he starts scoring goals. So I have worries when it comes to the transfer window. I've brought, obviously, I've tried to bring in Jesus Abba and Leandro Camalo from Coritiba. Fantastic players. I hope that they will both come in. Take him for a few pints. Probably a good idea. JP, take him for a few drinks. What I don't want to do is to be hard on them at this point in time. They got 2 tough games. We've had a good result, I think, against Arsenal. We only have to finish in the top half of the table, and we're getting there. Manchester City obviously is going to be tough, and Manchester City is always, when you play City, it's always about marking players. You've got to mark the right players, and you got to go obviously for Haaland and Foden. They need tight marking, and then it's one of those 2 midfielders. You've got to keep an eye on it, and then whichever midfielder's playing better, you need to take him out of the game as well. But definitely Haaland, Guehi, Bayomo, he wants to play in the middle. Well, I'm not unhappy about that because Guehi is not doing that well. And then who else did he have? So Guehi, he wants him on the right with Botman on the left. We can do that because he's 2 games now, and he's a good player, but he's obviously not suited. Guimarães, I think I probably need to rest him. Landerson has been doing a good job, so I don't really want to take Landerson out there. I'm just wondering about these boys. He's on the transfer list. He's a winger. He's not part. Dom Baker, for example, he's a very good player. He's 21 years old. He's a wonder kid, and he looks like a very good player. So do I rotate a little bit and give one of these boys a game in midfield? Shazavari is also a very, very talented young player. Do I play him? Guimarães, I think, needs a rest. The rest of the team, I don't have a problem with. I'm going to have a look at fitness issues before I make that decision. Jesus Abba looks like he's agreed to come. Just waiting on he should get a work permit. He's been a regular international, so he should get a work permit. So the first part of that puzzle has actually worked out. I think there's no reason why Jesus Abba shouldn't get a work permit. Absolutely no reason. And I'm going to go for it against Manchester City as well. They're an aging team, and I want to play with a high tempo, which is why I'm thinking about giving one of these young boys a game. Duran would be a very good signing. 12 to 17 million. Who is Karim Kanate? What's wrong with him? Why is he not in my plans? Where is he? Is he even in the squad? Yeah, he's in the squad. Maybe we should be trying him. His recent form, the last 5 games, has been quite good. Maybe Konate should be having a game as well. Landerson and Isak are both... So I wonder if Konate should replace Muani, who's been playing really poorly. What do you think, guys? Should I drop Muani or keep giving him his chance? Where's my fitness stuff? Isak is fit. Guimaraes 75 minutes. Konate, he's not fit. That's why he's not. So maybe Konate should come onto the bench instead of... Let's give him some game time at the end. Do I want to go with Muani again? Give him one last chance. He does have an average rating of 7. Now I'm going to go with the team as it is. If Guimaraes can play 75 minutes, and his fitness is pretty good, then let's give him... He is probably the most important player in the team. Bayomo for Guahe. No, we're not going to put Guahe in the middle. No, I'm going to play positive. I have to take the game to City. If we sit back against City, then they are going to run all over us. You can see how unfamiliar these boys are with the tactic. But I thought we played well last time. And Haaland needs marking. Phil Foden needs marking. Gvardiol is a decent player. I don't know what to do about him. Probably nothing at this point. Rico Lewis should be turned on to his left foot. Pino is also probably a very good player. They're going to be full of very good players. And I want Foden on his right foot. Haaland also on his right foot. I think we're probably going to lose this game, but I want to take the game to them. And this probably is my strongest 11. So here we go. This is probably the biggest game. Rodri, we've got to keep an eye on Rodri. You're right. Rodri is probably someone I should be tight marking. Maybe putting one of the centre mids just to follow him around. Something to look at. Because Rodri he's playing as the DM. So whether I actually want to have someone follow him around at this point, he probably does need to be tight marked. So we will tight mark Rodri. A lot of stuff will go through him. And we won't do anything else with him at this point in time. He's aging. They are tired. They're more tired than us. Very big game, Silver Alley. And they're going to want to control possession. Absolutely. I'm going to want to rush them. This is why I'm playing with a slightly higher tempo. I want them to rush Manchester City because they are aging. We'll keep the lines where they are. And we will play with a big trigger press. Because they are aging. And I think we want to try and put them. So let's go out there and let's show them what we've got. Go on, Sam. Muani, I need him to play well. Let's see. Let's see what we can do against Manchester City. Well, that's not the greatest of starts. What we can do is give the ball away. Oof. That was not a very good start. The goalkeeper got a touch to that, did he? 3-1 Manchester City, Andy. Is that what you're saying? Pedro Porro, did I see there? That must have been Pacho. Pino. Did think he was going to be a nuisance. He's a good player. But if we can sneak a goal, boys. Oh, we got a corner. This is home. We are playing at home. Again, I would take a draw here. Absolutely 100%. A win would be really good. If we can beat City, I'll let you know at the end of the game. Chicken. This boy is playing well as the wing back on the left. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. And that was Muani again missing that opportunity. Well, City have had all the possession as I expected them to. Jeremy, is he causing a problem out there? I think that Diogo, that Doig is doing a good job on him. But they are trying to open us up. But that's a poor pass. We're in. Come on, boys. We're in. Not like that, we're not. We're going to work the ball into the box against City. I want us to try and make the most of any chances that we have. Also might be a good idea to slow the game down, actually, because if they're already dominating possession... Go on, Isaac. Go on, son. Our heading ability is very poor. And I have asked them to do low crosses. I think what I might do is ask Doig to cut inside, or to cut inside when he's got the ball. Just make some use of this space. If he's in form at the moment. Why not have him just make the most of that space? Well done, well done. Come on, boys, let's create we're in, go on, Isaac. Yes! Guimaraes! Yes! You're going to let me know, yeah, Andy? Oh, boy. I don't like Football Manager. I get very stressed. Hey, Cenk, how you doing? Guimaraes. Lovely jubbly. Get in. Not going to make a decision yet, Andy, are you? Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful to beat Man City? Wouldn't it just be the best? Like, we're a goal up. I'll take a 1-1. But if we can just defend properly. I think playing Guehi out wider is better and to have Bayomo in the middle. That will be Jesus Abba after Christmas in the middle. He's a great ball-playing defender. 20-year-old Brazilian. Well done, boys. Well done. Well defended. Well, Man City would be the best way to get your first win, wouldn't it? Pino is the only danger I can see at the moment. We've got our marking right. Just need to make sure that Pino doesn't do any damage to us down this left-hand side. Go on, go on. But City are quite tired. They obviously haven't rested their players. I gave my players a day off from training, and they've come out a lot fitter. And we're looking actually quite good. That's a poor pass. Who was that? But we are looking fitter than City at the moment, and I think I've made some good decisions up till now. Can we just... we're first to the ball. There's a lovely pass. Come on, into the box. Where's the support? Come on, where's the support? He's offside anyway. So we've absolutely dominated this game. We haven't got any possession. But we are creating chances. Go on. He's having a really good spell at the moment, that boy Dowig. And I do think I want him to cut inside when he's got the ball. So I'm just going to try that. Cut inside with the ball. Try and make use of that space. There's a big space out here. Nice pass. Unlucky. Isak isn't playing particularly well. He's got a good rating. But I'm not seeing he's playing it particularly well. We're playing well down the left, and Dowig is a key figure. He's in form at the moment, that boy. City have not done anything for the last 15 minutes. They started better than us. But they haven't actually taken the game to us at all for 15 minutes. And we are looking in control of this game. But that's a commentator's curse. But it really would be nice to beat City. To get your first win against City would be wonderful. A message to these other teams. We are back. That would be the message. Newcastle are back. We've got a brand new manager at the helm. Was that offside again? Mwani needs to learn how to not be offside. Looking at this, we're very good down that left-hand side, interestingly. Is it because Frimpong is... Oh, good. Foden's hurt. Is it because Frimpong is drawing them away that we're getting space down this left-hand side? Might be. Might be because... not a lot of our attacks are coming down the left-hand side. And yet we're playing extremely well down the left. And not so well down the right-hand side. No, we're pretty poor, Diego, in terms of aerial ability. The team generally are not good in the air. And it's something that we had to bear in mind. Oh, we're playing really well. I wonder if it's because City are lacking a bit of puff. Offside. Yeah, he was offside by a street. And we have the lead. Where does that take us in terms of the table? Still in 10th. But yeah, the City are not looking that great. Mwani is tiring. Konate may be coming on for a spell. Everton 0, Bournemouth 1. My days at Bournemouth are long behind me. I'm just looking that City are not creating anything. Our shape is good. Since I made those tweaks, Our shape is very good at the moment. And Arsenal didn't create anything, and City are not creating anything. Well, of course they're trying to play out from the back. Well, that was a foul on the goalkeeper. After thinking that we might need a new goalkeeper at some point as well, we'll keep this one for this season. But we are a goal up at half-time. And I'm going to say things are going well, but you're capable of even better. And I wonder, given that we've not got any possession, if I should be thinking about slowing things down. I want to have a look at City's. Foden being injured is a blessing. Alvarez has come on, though, instead of him. I think Alvarez is a danger in FM. And I think we should be hard tackling him. And probably tight marking him. He is a danger in FM, Alvarez. He's a bit overpowered. Nobody else is playing particularly well. In fact, they're not playing well at all. Haaland's having a nightmare. And we are doing well. We're controlling the game. Controlling the game. And let's go out for the second half. Let's hope second half syndrome doesn't come into it. With the closing down, Les, did you notice that the fullback stopped? He didn't. He started running at the player on the ball, but then he stopped about 10 yards from him. Thought, no, it's not worth going at him, and that's what that closed down Les does. He's less likely to run at him and find himself out of position then. That's what that. You reckon, Andy? I think Alvarez comes on as a sub and always scores against me. But at the moment, we are doing really well. Aston Villa are beating West Ham. We should have been beating West Ham too. Although a bit harsh on myself, I guess. It was my first game in charge. New tactic. I hadn't properly looked at West Ham. 4-4-2 is always difficult to play against. And in hindsight, I should have played with a standard defensive line. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Go on, Frimpong, have a run. Go on, son. We're in again. Come on. There it is. Come on. Penalty, ref. Go on. Oh, Ruben, send him off. Send him off. Come on, boys. Oh, we didn't even get to have a look at that free kick. That's how bad we are at free kicks. Yeah, Mwani definitely is not playing very well. Come on, look for space. Look for space. That's lovely football. Come on, we're in. We've taken them apart. Oh, delayed too much. Delayed too much. I just want to have a quick look. Yeah, I can't see any problem with that. Can't see any problems. Go! Oh, what a chance! FM, you're just doing my head in. You're making my nerves. I'm a complete wreck. We are absolutely destroying them. City have created nothing. But they're always going to be a threat, aren't they? They only need one chance. One mistake from our side and it'll be 1-1. There's a mistake. Come on, you're through. Moani, has he got it in him? 1-on-1. Go on, son. Oh, he hasn't got it in him. Oh, boy. What a chance. Here's the equaliser, is it? Oh, good save. Good save. It's time to make some changes, I think. We've defended really well. I'm very impressed with our defending. Guamares needs to come off now, as well as Moani. Konate, is he an advance forward? Pressing forward, advance forward. So let's get Konate on the pitch. Isak's playing quite well. Hey, the law speaker, how are you doing? And then Guamares, he's tired. Larson, I think, can come on this time for Guamares. Guillaume, how do you say his name? Guimares. Let's call him Guimares. I think we'll do... Frimpong is not playing particularly well, but we'll keep him going. I want him to keep running. Bob, we'll call him Bob, yeah. No, he's been injured. That's why he's struggling for fitness. He's been out for a long time, so we're just like, we need to make sure that he's fit enough. Come on, boys. This boy, come on. You're having a very, very good spell with us at the moment. Oh, Larson, what a chance. Get it into the box, son. This boy's playing well on the left, but that's poor. But City are all over the place, and we haven't seen Haaland. Oh, we have kept Haaland extremely quiet. Oh, in Newcastle they call him Bruno. Let's call him Bruno. Somebody suffered a cut hand. Guehi. No, I think we'll... With a cut hand, we can... he can get on with it with a cut hand. Don't want to speak too soon. But yeah, we haven't seen Haaland at all. City must have made some subs by now. I better go and have a look at City's subs. Go on, Frimpong. Go on. Lovely cross. Out for another corner. Let's go on while we're thinking about the corner. Fabio Vieira. Not very strong, not very brave, so we can hard tackle him on right foot. But push him outside. 67 minutes. Do I want to bring anybody else on? Isak is tired. Not much I can do about him, though, unless I change the system. So he will have to keep going. Frimpong is only 6.5. So I think Livramento can come on and do that job. Evening further. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, another Newcastle fan. We got 3 of them in tonight then. Although I think Ben has disappeared. But we've got 3 Newcastle fans. Come on, boys. Don't do anything silly now. We've got this. Well done, boys. But not so clever. Tonali's got himself injured, has he? He's alright, though. But it might be time to make our final changes now. Tonali needs to come off, as well as Landerson, I think. So these 2 probably need to come off. And Larson, can he play as the DM? Wrong buttons. Can he play as the DM, Larson? Yeah, he'd probably do a decent job as well. So he can switch for Landerson. I will bring on Shazavari for Tonali. Actually, no, Larson can go back up there, and Carapito can come in as the DLP. Doig is also quite tired, but not much I can do about that. City also have probably made some subs, but they've created nothing. We've kept them very, very quiet. Let's go and have a look at City. Have they made? Yeah, they've made another sub midfield. Stephen Roberts. He's a good player, young boy that they're developing. He's not very brave either. His passing, and I'm gonna type mark him in case he's a super sub. He's not very brave. Shazavari has gone down there. Might be time to slow the game down. Let's start closing this game down a little bit. I'm going to go narrow, and I'm going to go and play. Just force them out wide. Hi Finley, how you doing, mate? A draw would be good against City, but if we can beat City, what a result this will be. What a good result that will be. But we've just kind of like got to hang on now. I'm going to go to a more balanced approach now, coming into the last 10 minutes. Nicely done. But then you're giving it away. This the exuberance of youth. Vieira's getting a lot of space out there, isn't he? So someone, because Doig is tired, so I'm going to put Doig on a defend duty, and we're going to ask him to type mark Vieira. I don't know if we need to type mark Rodri anymore, but we'll leave that because he's still always a danger. But they've not been in the game. Nunez possibly needs something doing to him, chopping his head off possibly. But at the moment we are beating Manchester City. And what can I do here now? Let's play for set pieces to slow the game down, and we'll be more disciplined. We don't need to run at them now. Come off that a little bit. Oh, and one more thing that I need to do. I need to tell the goalkeeper to slow everything down. Just want to try and hold on now. Oh, if we can beat City here, what a result that will be. But it's still like, this is going to be touch and go. I don't know if I've made the right decisions there to just close the game down now. He is being a bit of a nuisance, and that's because Doig is very tired. Slow it down, slow it down. You know what you need to do. In fact, we'll tell him to. Waste time as much as possible now. Now, this is a bit silly. We don't want to be doing this. I've told you don't play out of defence. Go on, son. These young boys, they are good players, I think. The ones I found in the youth setup, and I've promoted them immediately. They look like they've got very good attributes. 20, 21 years old. Not sure why Inzaghi wasn't actually playing them in the first team squad. That's it. Keep the ball up there. Keep the pressure on them. 6 minutes, referee. Where did you get that from? But we are the better team. We've been much the better team. We haven't had the possession, but we've been much the better team. In terms of creating chances, we deserve to win here, FM. Do not do anything silly. We deserve to win this game. Do not give Manchester City a 93rd minute equaliser now. Because I know FM. So we're going to go defensive now. We're just going to close down the game. Oh, there's Haaland. He's not been in the game at all, has he? Offside. Okay, and what I'm going to finally do, looking at that, is come back into a mid-block. Just get some bodies behind the ball. We have done it. Come on, boys. We've done this. We've beaten Manchester City. Not yet, we haven't. 10 seconds. That's it. You take your time. They are putting a high press on us now. And it's full time. We've beaten Manchester City by a goal to nil. Arsenal 0-0, and we have now beaten Manchester City 4. Nobody gave us a chance. What a result that was. What a phenomenal result. Still only in 10th though, but might have been worse had we not got the result. Probably wouldn't have been worse. But what a fantastic... No, I think you said 3-1 to City, Andy. What a result. I wasn't expecting 4 points out of 6 for those 2 games. Tonali's injured 1 or 2 days. He's playing well, this guy. Just really need to praise his overall performance. I thought you were outstanding defensively. I've taken him off the transfer list, haven't I? I think he's got a lot to give. And I don't want to sell him. We don't have options at wing back, so I don't want to sell him. When's the next game? Tottenham, 26, 5 days. I am going to give them a rest. Because they earned a rest after that. Well done, boys. Well done. We are here at Newcastle. And we've made a very good start. I would say 1-1, drawn 1 and lost 1. With a brand new tactic. They were playing with a 3 at the back, but what they were doing didn't look very good to me. It looked all over the shop. So we've tidied it up and we're starting to get results now. Tottenham in 19th. We should be beating Tottenham. But you know what I'm like against teams at the bottom of the league. We were only a little better, but the scoreline is what matters. If we were better, we were better. Kamalo is on the move by the look of it. And he no longer wants a new deal. He needs to, due to the interest shown in him from elsewhere. What? He needs to get his act together. He needs to start scoring goals. So I don't think that this Tottenham team should give us anything to worry about. We're going to continue to play with the way we're doing with these tweaks. But Frimpong is a bit of a worry. He's not playing as I want him. Got a better Tottenham 3-1. Hello, Fiasco. How are you doing? And we've had a very, very good start today. 0-0 against Arsenal and beating Manchester City 1-0. What a result. He can be sold, but 17.575, no. Although 23 million is his... what do I get? 65. I need to ask the board. No, they're not going to let me, are they? 65%, I'm not going to get much of that. But he's a winger, and I have no place for wingers. So I think we better let him go. His value's 23. So I think we better let him go. Tonali set to... Guevara to dive into tackle. So that's pretty good. We need somebody to tackle. Jesus Abba is set to sign for Newcastle. I wonder what the fans will make of this. That's a good deal as well. 16.5 million. We'll see what the fans make of this now. So Jesus Abba is on the way. Holiday was fantastic, Fiasco. I won't bore you with the details, but much better than I ever hoped it was going to be. It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. And the fans are not mentioning anything at this point because he hasn't come in. Let's discuss. I'm going to say we're going to give you some matches. So I'm going to give you the playing time. Because Frimpong is not actually doing the business at the moment. And also, while the left back is playing well at the moment, he probably will go out of form, and Livramento can actually sit in on that side as well. So I'm going to give him the game time, give him his chance, which makes sense to me. What we want now is a big win. I'm not going to put him back in the centre. They played well against City. We're going to leave that. Muani. He wants to switch Muani to the complete forward. It might be worth a try. Might be worth a try. And put Isaac. That could well be worth a try. Might be a good call. And I'm going to leave the rest of the team as it is. Tonali's not going anywhere. He's not going to Saudi Arabia. What's his value? Tonali. 117 mil. Of which I would only get 65. So he's not going anywhere. No, what's all this nonsense about Saudi? Smith has been taken ill. Send him home. Did I hear correctly that your channel will be I don't think so, Andy. I don't want to go anywhere near Philippine Airlines again. No way. He's too old. But this one would be an excellent signing. He's expensive though, 85 to 125. Exceptional left back. Exceptional player. And we may, at the end of the day, be forced to bring somebody like him in. I've got the money. It just depends on what happens in terms of my fullbacks. Practical signing. Terrific signing. He's not a wing back, he's a fullback. But certainly could play. He, 28 years old, would only cost 32 to 48. Only cost 32 to 48. He would be a very good signing, I think, as a backup in that left-back department. I think he would be a very, very good signing. So certainly something we need to be. These are players that I went out and checked around the First Division, the Premier League, just to see if I could steal players from other teams. Another one here, Vargas. Very expensive. But again, he's not a wing back, but he certainly could be asked to play there. So we'll add him to the short list as well. So there are replacements that I've got at left back should things go wrong. Sutalo, 30-year-old centre back. I don't need a centre back with Jesus Abba coming in, and he's 30 anyway. Kumalo is coming in. Nice. So Kumalo has come in from Coritiba, and so has Jesus Abba. Awesome. We've made our first 2 signings. Now what we want to do is put Tottenham to sleep. I wonder if away from home I should play balanced. Is he going to tell me to do that? No, he's not. I'm not going to change the team. And tackle harder. Okay, we'll go with that. But we're not a great tackling team, so I don't know why he's suggesting that. I think that looks pretty good. These wingers, Guerrero. You can hard tackle him. And Julio Cesar, again, another one can be hard tackled. Got to be careful though. So I'm actually going to take that instruction out, because we're not great tacklers, and this could be the game where we get someone sent off. I don't think we need to worry about too much about anybody else in that team at this moment, and we'll go with that team. Slacking match sharpness again. Certain traits do okay. Oh, who was that? Romero coming into the team. I think, like, get out there, give these fans their money's worth. So Livramento is going to get his chance. Something tells me I should be playing balanced. I don't have a very good record against teams low in the league. And something tells me I should be playing in a more balanced style. We'll have to just keep an eye on this. Tottenham certainly taking the game to us. And I have a dreadful record against teams who are in the bottom three. An absolutely dreadful record. I want us to keep playing like this, though. This is how I want them to play, and so I shouldn't be afraid of teams like Tottenham. This is how I want them to play, very positive, going at teams, taking the game to teams like we did against City. And just defending well, that's important. But Spurs are certainly taking the game to us at the moment. And we need to tell these players to buck up. Because this has not been a great start. I wonder, perhaps, should I be playing at a slower tempo, just try and dominate possession against Spurs? I wonder. See how the first 10 minutes go. But at the moment, it's not looking good. That's better. Just keep hold of the ball. That's nice. They've got space out here. That's a poor pass. It's all Spurs at the moment. They are certainly dominating us. What's the possession stats? We've had most of the possession, although it hasn't looked like it. But in terms of the game, Spurs have absolutely hammered us. And still are. And so I do need to change something. Right, okay. We're going to try and keep possession. We will slow things down a little bit. I'm going to pull the line back. Just to give my defenders more time. We are a bit all over the place in terms of our shape, and I wonder why that is. We're also going to go to balanced. Take it easy. It was West Ham away, wasn't it, when we lost that game? So maybe it's just because we're away. That's better. Control of the ball. They can't score if we have the ball. That's better. Nice. Unlucky. It's much better. Couple of tweaks and we're looking a lot better. What was wrong with that? Julio Cesar is obviously the danger man. So let's type mark him. He's playing down the left. I have to keep an eye on Livramento's positioning because he's like playing as a complete wing back on attack. I don't have anybody covering for him. So if they're playing well down the left and Guehi isn't playing well, then I've got a problem. Nice, nice. Oh, unlucky. Go on, Bruno. Go on, show us what you can do, Livramento. I've told you, you get your chance. That was not very good. Time for that Isaac hat-trick. Well, we're playing a little better than when we began the game. So I feel a little bit more optimistic now. We're in control of it now. Oh! What a chance. Did that take a deflection, did it? I thought it just swerved away at the end. Come on, boys. Nice little near post header. Not this time. Offside Tonali. Good win here would put us way up into the top half of the table, I think. Up to about 8th, maybe. Then we can start thinking about European qualification. Press isn't working very well. They're just kind of like playing around the press. So I'm going to tell them for a while not to counter press, because they're just playing around it. Which doesn't make any sense. The team won from the bottom of the Premier League are just like playing the ball out without any pressure. Oof, what a chance. And yet Manchester City struggled to do it. Sometimes this game doesn't make any sense. But it's a puzzle, and you have to make the tweaks and just find what makes the difference. And we've made a couple of tweaks, and we have come back into the game a bit. I think what I might do is ask these two to swap position. See if that can confuse Spurs a little bit. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Let's just do that. Swap position with Isaac. Let's just get them moving about. They can both play either position. We are coming back into the game now. Premier League is hard. Coritiba was like really easy compared to this. The Premier League is always tough. Well defended, come on. Spurs have had all the game. They're lucky they don't look very dangerous. They've had lots of chances. They're finishing like we finish. We need to get better possession. I can't slow it down anymore, can I? I could go narrow, I think. Try and get some possession here. That was a foul, ref. Just barged him in the back. So for Tottenham, Cesar is still playing like a lunatic. Oh, what he say? Oh, what he say? Oh, yes. I don't know where that came from, but we've got a goal up. Expectations are too high. I've been sacked twice. That doesn't inspire me very much. We only have to finish in the top 10. But there's obviously a lot of pressure. They've given me a lot of budget. And if I just finish just outside the top 10, that's not going to make them happy. So there is a lot of pressure involved here. I'm going to tell him to play as a wing back on support. I don't like how Cesar is playing as well as he is. We've got the lead now. And I don't know if I'm happy with their performance or not. I'm going to say things are going well, but they could be better. I think they've defended well, but we're just lacking up front. And these two are not impressing me at all. It's good to have Kumalo coming in. He is an exceptional forward. And if he can't score goals, then nobody can. Whether he's got it for Premier League at 21 years old, but everywhere he's gone, he's been really successful. And I don't really doubt that he's going to be successful. He's got 3 more years to develop, and his attributes are really good at the moment. Concentration, though, is poor. He has poor concentration. But we can just tell him to focus when he's not playing very well, like we used to do with Wilden in the Norwich save. If he was having a bad game, tell him to focus and he'd score a brace. He had really poor concentration. The Spurs are still dominating. And I don't know what to do about them. We've made tweaks and we've come back into the game, but they are still dominating possession. Where is my line? It was a good... I think it was a good call. I wonder, are we pressing too much? Let's just come off the trigger press a little bit. Well, I'm just keeping an eye on him. He needs to be kept quiet. Oh, go on, Bruno. He's done it again! Well. What is FM going to throw at me next? What a strike. What a strike. The goalkeeper was a bit suspect. Who are the players of your team? Yeah, I mean... I think this is my first team, and I really feel I want them to gel together. So when I'm managing the early games, I don't want to make too many rotational changes. I want this team, which I think is probably the best team at the moment, to gel. So, and to get used to playing in the way that I want them to play, and they're doing a good job, in all fairness. And I don't want to actually upset the apple cart. I've made very few changes. You'll notice that I brought Livramento in, and that was because I promised him game time, but also Frimpong had 2 pretty poor games. So I'll only rotate in the early stages if there's a need to do it. And at the moment I can't see a need to do it. They're gelling together well, and we're winning games, and that's all I want to do at the moment, is get as many points as I possibly can. And this is my strongest team. So I understand what you're saying, Diego. It's just not something that I do in the early days, is to rotate. I want them all to play in big games. For me, they're all big games. And they need to see them as big games. I think the hardest job that I've got is managing them as a unit at the moment, because I'm having to look very carefully and make tweaks. Thank you, Daniel. Very, very generous of you. Very, very kind. Thank you so much. And I think that what I would try to get over to you guys is that in the early stages, in-game management is more important than anything. So I'm playing in comprehensive so I can see what's happening. And so I don't always get it right, but we're making good decisions at the moment. I'm going to switch those over. Tonali can play as Guillaume. Landerson is not playing particularly well, so Carapito can come on. The two boys are doing okay. Bayomo's not doing all right. He's just looking at for tired players. They shouldn't be getting too tired because they're not pressing as much as they were against Manchester City. But like the tweaks that we made today were based on what I was seeing. I could see like Tottenham causing us problems with balls over the top, which is why I dropped the line, and that's worked a treat. Although our goals have been lucky, we came back into the game. We shortened everything up, got more possession, got control, and now we look like we're in control of the game. So I think, yeah, for me, it's about play your best team. Who's this guy? Well, he needs a hard tackle, that's for sure. His concentration is very poor as well. We'll just hard tackle him. And maybe close him down, because his concentration's pretty poor. And then Dominguez, he doesn't need anything. They're very tired. We are tiring, but not as much as them. So we're in control of this game. Try Isak. He's not big enough to be a target forward. He's more suited to, for me, to being a complete forward. And that's because his decisions, he can play in every role, but his decisions are 16. And that makes him an ideal player to play as a complete forward. It's just they're not playing very well at the moment. Muani especially is poor. Ooh, is that a penalty? No. And sometimes FM does that to you. They're just going to be out of form. They will score goals eventually. It's just I've come in when they're out of form, which is probably why Inzaghi got sacked before me, because they were just not playing. I think possibly now the time has come to quicken things up a little bit. Yeah, Jay, it's a great game. It can be frustrating. It can be a nightmare at times. And I'm not always this calm, as Andy will tell you, because the game can frustrate you to death at times. And I think we do need to do something now. As Tottenham are tiring, they're actually coming back into the game. So I think we do need to do something. I'm going to up the tempo again. And I'm going to take off this pass into space, see what happens with that. And we will now go back to counter pressing, and I'm going to push the line right up now as they've got tired. And we'll go back to putting them under pressure again. It's time to change something again. I think we've got this game in the bag. We probably don't deserve it. 2 free kicks. There he is again. You're not going to score from there, though. Another chance. Go on, Sam. Oh! Yeah, injuries are frustrating, but you think about the injuries that Newcastle actually had in real life, then I guess FM injuries are not that bad. Marmol. What I might do is bring Livramento over there and bring... And then Guimarães is still tired. Larson is already on. I like this boy. I've got a soft spot for that. And then Livramento will probably need to come off. But looks like another victory in the bag. I just want them to up the tempo a little bit now. Just try and get that third goal. He took him out. Took 3 players out there. So let's go back to... And then I'm going to go positive again. Try and get that third goal. He's now going to go to complete wing back on attack. I want us to go forward now. I've done so many Norwich saves. I always have good fun doing Norwich saves. I remember the Wilden save, one of the best strikers I've ever had, in the Alex Ferguson save. I've always had fun doing Norwich saves. There's just something about that in FM. Oh, lovely pass. Muani! Oh, he's got himself offside, has he? Although the way they're running, it might be awarded. No, it's disallowed. Oh, it is awarded. Lovely jubbly. What a lovely pass that was. Lovely ball. And finally, Muani's got himself a goal. And I wanted that. Oh, it was a beautiful pass through those two. I wanted that third goal. And that wraps this game up very nicely. So I think we made some good decisions there. We tweaked it. We had to tweak it in the first half. And I just sensed that although Spurs were tiring, they were coming back into the game, so we had to attack again. So we made a couple of good tweaks. They don't always work, but that has worked this time. And I think in the end, we've just outmanaged the opposition. And we have been slightly the better team overall, but not by much. But we put our chances away. Well, there's 2 free kicks. You don't often see that in FM, scoring twice from free kicks. Do I have any subs left? Yeah. Let's change him for Canote. And that should be it. Game over. So did you say that you this is the first year you've ever played FMJ? You're doing like really well considering you're in your first year. It took me about 5 years before I started to understand it. See, we're now well in control of this game. So you're doing better than I ever did in my first in my first attempt. Oz kept getting sacked when I had the first in my first year. I couldn't understand it at all. It took years to figure it out. So you're doing much better than I ever did. I think I got sacked probably 4 or 5 times in the first year of playing this game. But I think we've got it sussed now. Go on, let's get 4. Let's make it 4, boys. That's a lovely pass. Just play it around nice. This is nice football. We've taken Spurs apart. In the end, they couldn't live with us. Oh, what a chance. We were too good for them at the end of the day. They gave us a good first half, but we were too good for them at the end of the day. So tonight we have put that awful West Ham result behind us. Love doing Dundee United. I've only been to Scotland once. With what were they? Livingston. We managed to separate Rangers and Celtic, but unfortunately I couldn't win the league. But managed to get between them. So it was very hard in Scotland. Yeah, Livingston. That's who I was doing. Very nice result, boys. Very, very nice. Well done. Good result. We should be beating Tottenham, but I had to work quite hard for that. And my record against teams at the bottom is not very good. Still only in 10th, but we've opened up a gap now between us and Southampton. And we're not far behind the European places now. So it's been a very good episode. I want to rest these boys because I have no intention yet of rotating. It's going to be half a dozen games before I start, at least half a dozen before I start rotating. Gumares. Oh, we have to say he was superb in front of goal. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. It's been a very, very good episode. Much better than I expected. 0-0 against Arsenal. And then that result against Manchester City. Beating Manchester City by 1-0. And then beating Tottenham by 3-0. Can't ask for much more than that. So we've put that West Ham result behind us. I'm going to take the blame for that West Ham. I didn't really look at West Ham. They were playing in a 4-4-2, and I didn't really plan for a 4-4-2, which you should do. But I've done a better job tonight, and we've come out with 7 points out of 9 that I was not expecting. So what will happen next time, who knows? On paper we've got easier fixtures, but it doesn't always work out that way. This Champions League we should qualify, and hopefully in the top 8. We've got to play Bayer Leverkusen and Olympique Marseille. Thank you, Daniel. That is really kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. And I hope you guys have enjoyed playing along with me and watching along with me. And I do try to explain what I'm doing and why I do it. And I hope, I said that to somebody in the comments the other day. I hope that you understand why I do things and how they often work out, but then sometimes they don't. And I do try to explain everything. So thanks very much, guys. And I will see you all hopefully on Tuesday, where we go again, where we try to win the final trophy that we need, the Champions League. It might take us a few seasons, but I'm confident that we can do it sooner rather than later. Will it be with Newcastle though? Let's find out. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Take care. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks for coming. And thank you, Daniel, for your generosity. Very much appreciated. See you Tuesday, guys.